Hi, Facebook. It's me, Bridget. I'm gonna try not to be so long-winded this time, okay? But a lot of stuff when I think about my life story, it hits me a little bit now. Even though I think back, it hits me and it gets to me a little bit. But anyway, this is part 8. If you haven't seen part 1, please go to part 1 and go all the way up till we get to part 8, so it will make sense to you of my life story. This is my truth. I will only use first names in this video, and my content is based on my truth, not someone else's truth. My truth on how my life happened. Okay, so we ended with part 7 with the state trooper that fixed my tag light and took me out, and now this has been about 3 months in. Um, I kind of put him on the back burner because I wanted him to sit there for a minute. I just right now I was focused more on Greg, and that's all I wanted to really focus on. But yes, I have Thomas as my friend, and then Thomas will always keep calling me to come to his house fix his computer. His computer was always broken, and I'm like, would you just buy a new computer? He would not buy a new computer because he had so many files on that computer that I literally had to give him one of my hard drives, external hard drives, to keep his stuff. And I mean, that takes time. He had so much stuff that I would have to break it into parts to come over to his house to fix his computer. Okay. And sometimes I think he would call me over there for a reason, just to call me. Because I'm like, why are you breaking the computer? You're breaking the computer for what? For me to fix it. So anyway, that's the play back and forth me and Thomas had at this point. Now Greg, now I got to the point where he knew I worked second shift. He knew that I was home during the daytime when my kids were at school, and I was off. I was off on the weekend, and my kids were gone. So the rest of the week was my in and out time that I did with Thomas. It's not really what I did with Thomas, but that's what I knew. They can do things at certain times. It was no like nobody just knocking at my door and coming when they felt like it. I just didn't carry my life like that, and I made it clear to Greg as well because he did that before. And I told him, I need to know when you're coming because I might be asleep, or in the tub, anything. And he was like, "Yeah, you're right." I just didn't want that to happen again because I might be literally entertaining my company and you knocking at the door. We're just friends. And and what if Thomas was still there when he came and knocked on the door? I don't want to feel like I got to explain myself because this is my house. I'm single and you're just coming up unexpected. So he agreed not to do that again because he was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't want you to do that to me until we're in a relationship." And I was like, "Yeah, man, just let me know. That's all." But anyway, let's move on because this is where it started to get kind of juicy and then it gets bad. Okay? So we're going to move on to maybe another 3 months. At this point, my kids are getting older. I still have the same job. We're still doing the same routine. Um, Greg keeps telling me every time I see him, every weekend when I see him, he tells me, I'm ready. We need to start planning some stuff. And I'm like, planning what? What are you saying? It's like he would not tell me what it is, but he'll beat around about what he want to do. And I'm like, look, when you're ready to tell me, you just tell me, okay? So he's like, nah, look, you're a very good woman. He said, I really want you my woman. I really do. But I got a lot of stuff I got going on right now. I want to get that all cleaned up before I can really ask you that. So I want to make sure I got my ends right. He said, but I want to talk to you about something. He said, you don't know what I want to talk to you about? I said, Greg, you know how you sound? I said, no, why would I make up something on what you want me to talk to me about? I have no idea what you want. He's like, okay, okay. He said, I tell you what, I'm going to stop telling you that when I'm ready to talk about it, that's when I'm going to talk about it. I said, okay. So I said, are you okay? Because I'm okay. He said, I'm okay. So we had a great time, all that. At that point, I'm like thinking like, I'm ready to get. I think I'm ready to get rid of the state trooper Tim, because I'm really. It's just like I'm just in love with Greg, so it's no point. I already knew I was in love with Greg, but again, I knew I was single. Here I go again, getting back on Yahoo Messenger, and when I look at Yahoo Messenger, I show a message. When I see the message, it shows that it just says state trooper, right? And I looked at it. I said, state trooper, is that the Tim State Trooper? But it had no name. It was like state trooper, like they made their name state trooper. So I started chatting, and I'm thinking it's literally Tim. And we're chatting. I said, why you ain't call me? He was like, just like I don't need to call you. What I need to call you for? Because I've been trying to like put him to the back burner. I'm trying to explain it. Putting him to the back burner, but yet semi talking to him. But I never met him on Yahoo. I met him when he gave me a ticket. So I'm like, how you get this? Because I know you're a police officer. So would you just found me on here? He's like, yeah, I found you. So he said, look, I lost your number. Give me your number. So I gave him my number, and I was like, let me. This is a perfect opportunity to tell him that I'm going to be with the person I'm with. I'm seeing someone, I love him, and that's where it's going to be. I know he's getting a divorce, but I want him to go on with his life. But I don't like to do it where I'm going to be like rude, you know. So he called, and I said, hello? And I hear a voice I've never heard before. I said, who is this? He said, hey, Bridget. I said, who is this? He said, my name is George. I'm a state trooper. I'm Tim's best friend. I said, what? He said, nah, I just want to let you know, I found you on here. And I know you've been seeing George. I mean, not George, I'm sorry, Tim. He said, but I'm George. He said, remember the last time you came over his house and you seen there was two guys sitting there? Yeah, I said, I remember that, but he ain't never introduced me to you guys. He said, I know I'm one. And I spoke to him today and I told him, look, man, you know you married. I said, I know he's married. He said, I know, but he gave me your phone number and he said, look, if I'm interested to call you. I said, what's this, a pickup line? Y'all doing stuff like that? He was like, nah, this ain't no pickup line. I said, look, y'all is playing too many games. I don't have time for it. What's the He said, nah, for real, nah. He said, nah, I checked him because he's not gonna leave his wife. I just want to let you know that. And I found you on a low low. I want to tell you and be upfront. That man ain't leaving his wife. I said, okay, but first of all, I never asked him to leave his wife. I'm seeing somebody anyway. He said, okay, but I just want to be clear. And I told him up front, I put him in check, and I told him, give me your phone number or whatever. I said, so you just asked me for my phone number. He said, yes, Bridget, I found you on the internet. Yes, I found you. Not just that, I know a lot about you. I said, what you know? I said, look, to be honest with you, all this sound real crazy. And people, if I go even tell my girlfriend about what you saying right now, she probably wouldn't even believe me. He's like, look, listen up. I've been trying to tell him for the longest that he need to stop doing what he's doing with you, and y'all need to come clean. I said, okay, look, why don't we do this? Instead of you playing all these games trying to find me and all this stuff and then find me and then act like you don't have my phone number, but you have my phone number. Why don't we all just hook up, you and him? We hook up and talk about this stuff. Okay? We can do that right now. And I'll let him know off the break anyway. I've been thinking about telling him anyway that I'm going to move on with my life. He's like, well, let's do that. Let's do that. I'll set it up. I said, okay, do that. Cause this was like weird. I was just like, this is the weirdest hell. I was just to the point. I'm like, look, I don't even want to deal with that state trooper Tim anymore. I mean, I'm trying to get rid of Andre. He keep calling me. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna tell him I don't want to deal with him anymore. Uh, I'm just trying to clean my mess, but it's taking a long time to clean house. So I think it was about 2 weeks later. Um, we met at the. It was, what is it called? The Olive Garden in Laurel. I see two state trooper cars pull up. I'm sitting in the Olive Garden waiting. I'm sitting at the bar because I didn't want to sit at no table. They can come to the bar. So I sat there, had my little drink, and I see Tim come in, and then I see the other guy that I seen at his house that day. They came in. I already knew who I was looking for. So when they came, when they both sat or whatever, right at the bar, and I said, "Y'all want to talk here? How y'all want to do this?" He said, "Let's go get a table. I'm gonna have him get a table on the back." I said, "All right, but can we make this quick because really I'm getting very uncomfortable with this." And Tim was like, "Bridget, look, I got you." I was like, "Yeah, but this is like really stupid." I'm like, he was like, "Don't worry about it. I got you." So we went to the table. Me and Tim sat across from each other, and George, he sat right beside me. And Tim said, he said, "I'm very sorry, Bridget. My boy here, we grew up from kids, and he always honest with me, and I'm not gonna sit up here and play no games with you." He said, "Look, I am married. I'm probably never gonna leave my wife. I told you that because I just really wanted to be with you." I said, "But look, I don't date no married men." And I was trying to tell you that from the beginning, but you told me you was getting a divorce and you all that. I said, "Look, I don't have time for these dumbass games." I said, "I appreciate you both coming here today to let me know that, but this shit kind of like hurt." And he was like, "Nah, my boy." He said, "Look, you just need to be upfront." And George, he was like, "Yeah, Bridget, look, I'm a type of person. If I see something ain't right, I said, you got this lady that I seen you brought. This a good person, and you gonna sit here and use this lady like that." So them two was like going back and forth. I'm sitting here like they have no fucking clue. I mean, I'm sitting here listening to both of them, everything they saying was making sense. But I'm like, really, why am I really here? Because if they really know, I really don't care because I already got two police officers. I don't even need, and it even wasn't about no police officers. It was just stupid. It was just like dumb. So I was like, okay, so that's clear. I understand. I said, to be honest with you, Tim, I really wasn't going to pursue anything anyway. He was like, "Well," I said, "I wasn't. I really wasn't. But I'm glad that you're man enough to tell me that you're not gonna leave your wife. You're gonna move on. That's fine with me. I have no problem with it." And he said, "Okay, I just want to say I'm sorry. I really do." I said, "I said you are very, very welcome. I accept your apology and thank you for fixing my tag light." I just felt like this is this. I just felt weird, and I asked him. I said, "Can I go?" Cause like George was like sitting right there where you get out the booth and the table and stuff, and I'm like, I'm sitting in the middle. I'm sitting on the side by the window across from Tim, and I'm like, I just want to leave. I'm thinking like I just want to leave. So George got up, and Tim was like, I hope to see you again." I said, "Well, I seriously don't think you will, because remember I told you I am seeing someone." And he was like, "Yeah," he laughed it off or whatever. So George was like, "I'm gonna walk you out." I said, "Okay." So he just walked me out. He walked me to my car, opened up the door for me and everything. He was like, "Take this." I said, "What's this?" He said, "Give me a call. I want to talk to you about something." I was like, "I don't feel like dealing with none of I don't want to deal with no married people. I want to deal with none of that." He's like, "I'm not married." I said, "But I'm seeing someone." What don't y'all get? What don't y'all understand? Man, I was like literally getting frustrated. And George was like, "Nah, look, call me because man, I'm having a pool party." I said, "A pool I said a pool party." He was like, "Look, listen, it's like this. I have a house in the hills." He said, "Up in White Marsh. You know what White Marsh?" I said, "Up near Baltimore." He was like, "Yeah, I'm having A simple pool party. It's gonna be some guys there, and I just need some girls. We just gonna have a good time. I said, look, I ain't no prostitute. I said, I'm not a prostitute, and none of my friends, we don't get down like that. He said, it's not like that. He said, no, just come out and have a good time. You just invited. I said, so what do I get out of this? He said, look, look here. He said, look, I'm gonna give you what he gave me. I think it was like $535. He said, is there any way you can go get some crabs for us? Find the best crab place, get some crabs. He said, bring like 5 cases of water, and I got the rest. I said, you gonna give me $500 for that? He was like, yeah, it's next month. I want to prepare. Can you help me prepare for the pool party? I said, look, take your damn $500. I work, nigga. I can get my own. I get the crabs and the stuff because I'm nobody prostitute. Take the crabs. I mean, not the crabs. I'm sorry. The money. I'll get the crabs. But I gotta see who want to come because I'm not coming up there to no pool parties or someplace I don't know. He said, look, why don't you come up there before? I'll invite you up there so you know. I said, listen up, y'all moving too fast for me. Is this what y'all do all the time? He said, no, seriously, I'm having a pool party and I would like somebody to help me plan the pool party. I said, let me think about it, but take your money. I said, and move so I can get in my car. So I went home. I was like, this time I ain't never come back out here no more. I was like, this is stupid. But anyway, I had his phone number. And after I talked to my girlfriends, I called Tanya, I called Neek, I called Sharon, and I was like, look, I'm at this state trooper, right? My And he had a friend that was a state trooper. His name George, and he having his pool party. I said, "Do y'all really want to go? Because I'm not gonna call this man back and tell me." They were like, "Hell yeah, we want to go to the pool party." I was like, "Oh my god!" But anyway, we're gonna sum up this video. And we're gonna get back to this pool party. Okay? So we're going on video. What? What I'm on? Let me count. This is daggone shame. My life don't took this long. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay, we going on number 9. See y'all back for my life story part 9. Bye.